Let's get straight to business. First port of call is Anambra State. You know, nobody or nothing suggested that Professor Charles Soludo's ascendancy in Anambra State was going to be smooth sailing or without blemish. Very early in the day, the governor's will is tested in the offensive Monday sit-at-home order provoked by the proscribed IPOB, Independent People of Biafra. Markets, banks, workers, and transporters have ignored the governor's directive not to sit at home on Monday. Know this, the governor has promised that with effect from Monday, April 4, all businesses would resume normal activities. I guess Anambrarians and Southeasterners would hold him to that promise. Professor Soludo decried the loss of billions of naira in revenue across the Southeast as a result of the Monday sit-at-home order. Some unknown gunmen are known to have sent letters to some Anambra communities threatening to enforce the sit-at-home order. Jide, we are not over the bridge yet.
No, we are not. And as I said on Sunday, we can give this kind of directives, we can issue threats to the ordinary people. Their lives matter. No governor can replace a life that's already lost. So, if you cannot guarantee the security of the people, they see these guys roaming the streets, including even ESN members, the ESN fighters. That's the military wing of IPOB. They see them roaming the streets. No one does anything about them. And then you expect people to feel comfortable to come out and work on Mondays. That's not going to happen unless the guarantees are really, really strong that no matter what, the people will be protected. People are not going to risk their lives. Governors can shout and roar like a lion. Nobody will listen to them. The governors before him had issued similar threats that amounted to empty gas. And at the end of the day, nothing has changed.
But you are wondering what really the problem is.
We know what the problem is.
Talked about it many times.
The directive was issued by IPOB. The people who tried to defy that directive at the time
paid for it.
Were molested. Some were burnt in their cars. Some vehicles were damaged, property destroyed. Some restaurateurs were attacked and their pots of soup turned over. So in these difficult times, who wants to put himself through such risk? You go out, you are not sure that you will return home when you go out. The streets, I saw pictures from Anambra State today. The streets were empty. People stayed in their homes. The people have now become so used to just staying indoors on Mondays, and it's going to take some effort to change that.
Yeah. Gani, this is mind-bending, you know. You elect to inflict injury on yourself. Look at sit at home. And IPOB had since distanced itself from the order. So what is happening?
Well, one thing is to distance yourself. Another thing is the reality on the ground. And the reality is that nobody is safe. People have tried to come out, they've been attacked, some have been killed, and there is no greater power than the need to protect your life. Any other order is just gas. It is when you know that you'll be safe and protected that you can risk your life on the other. By now, this has been 22 years of democracy. I assume that by now our governors will have shed away the military mentality of giving orders that you cannot enforce. For a man of Soludo's stature, I didn't expect him to start like this. I expect him to, because when he was campaigning, he said he understood the dynamics of why these things are happening.
Yeah.
And the first thing he was going to do was to address it. But instead, he went after the Lapa instead after the ringworm, as it were.
Jide, I cannot independently confirm that the governor, Soludo, met with a representative of IPOB prior to this order. But then I'm looking at Onitsha, straight to Ebonyi. The southeast region of the country is shut down, in a manner of speaking.
Yes. One day and any day that Kanu is brought to court, there was a particular week when for 3 days they stayed indoors, because for 2 days he was brought to court on 2 days on the bounce. Then before then was a Monday.
Okay.
So Tuesdays and Wednesday he was brought to court. So 3 days, the southeast
Shut down.
Stayed indoors. That's billions and billions of money lost, to this civil disobedience initiative. What we must do is to continue to engage the people who have some level of leverage over IPOB. We saw it before the election. They were spoken to, and they announced that they were withdrawing their threat to not let the election hold. So they must keep talking to these guys. And as I've said before, I do not believe that in all cases you must resolve all issues through the barrel of the gun. Sometimes you could have an issue resolved without firing a shot.
Yeah.
Dialogue can be very, very useful. But a lot of our people believe in this using force to solve all problems.
Well, here at the hangout, we don't have bullets, but ours is just to help mold opinion. The debate will continue. But I think the Southeast has a choice now, especially Jide and Gani, those folks addressed as unknown gunmen. Makes you wonder if that's a new title. We know that politics is a strife of interest, disguising as a contest of principles. The APC National Convention may have come and gone, regardless, but the emergence of a new chairman and secretary has set tongues wagging, especially from the opposition camp. The presidency has sharply disagreed or justified the emergence of former key members of the PDP as officials of the National Working Committee, NWC, of the ruling APC. Perhaps you know that both Senator Abdulahi Adamu, former Nasarawa State Governor, and Senator Omisore, former Osun Deputy Governor, are former ex-PDP men who defected to the ruling party. Now, presidential spokesman Garba Shehu said the PDP's assertion that those who quit the party could not hold positions in another party was tame, and that both men are repentant sinners. Well, but it's not laughing matter. They are repented.
You cannot chase them away. They are part and parcel of the party, and they have every right, like any other party, to come on board and vie for positions. That they won is a testimony to the level of politics that they are capable of as politicians. That should not be an issue. But we've always known throughout history that there are certain level of give and take that you must use basically as a tool to get results. And we know the role that the NPDP, those who came on board very late,
the so-called new PDP,
played in, of course, installing this government in 2015. So they have the right to contest, and they won by popular voice votes.
Jide, can we look at the statement? In politics, there are no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. Playing out here. But permanent interests.
I think that first and foremost, Nigerian politicians are not ideological. politics in Nigeria, there is hardly any difference between the APC and the PDP. This is, if someone can move, if a thoroughbred reactionary element, a thoroughbred conservative can move to the APC and afterwards begins to call himself a progressive, that's a joke taken too far. The truth is, members have been moving, oscillating from one party to another, from APC to PDP and back to the PDP or vice versa. That's the way it's been. Most of the big people, apart from people like Sule Lamido, who had been in the PDP from the beginning till today, was a foundation member of the PDP. He was there when the constitution of the party was being written. You know? He has never left the party. There are not many people like him. The same can be said of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for example. He had been in the Alliance for Democracy. He has never joined the PDP. You understand?
Yeah.
But there are people who have been, the PDP has remained one. It had never transmuted to another party. Like we've seen the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, you know, join forces to form APC.
Yeah.
The PDP had always been there. It had never transmogrified into another party. And there are people who had been there since the party was formed.
Yeah.
So we like to see people stay true to their principles, you know, and behave in line with the ideology of their political movement or their political parties. But that's not what we see in Nigeria. Anybody can move from party A to party B. And at the end of the day, you look at the party and say this is a party of progressives, a party already diluted by some ultra conservatives who have joined it in large numbers. Some of them just glory seekers, not people who mean well for the ordinary people. Glory seekers. That's what we are seeing. For me, I do not see anything wrong in people joining the APC the way they are joining them. But what I see wrong,
other organizations.
What I see wrong that played out at this convention is a situation in which the APC has not found a very, very good way of rewarding people who had been loyal to it, who had kept faith with it over the years, who had sacrificed their time, their blood, their money, you know. So when someone joins the party, and in a matter of a couple of months, he can join the party, allow him to contest an election. I can hunt for you, for example, if I know that you coming to our party can help us to win a seat. You understand?
Yeah.
It's different to what we have seen here, whereby these are just party elective positions. And you are now giving people who had not been in the party for more than 2 months an opportunity to supplant other people who had been there for years. And you are doing that, you call it consensus. It's not even, it's not as if they voted. You understand? It's consensus that you called it, and you brought people who had just joined the party, rewarded them over and above people who had sacrificed for the party for years. Those are the things that drove some people to tears. You see, when you see adult, a fully grown man, crying like a baby on the APC podium, these are the things that drive people to tears, because they will now be asking themselves, what's going on? We've sacrificed for this party, we've fought for this party, but see what is happening.
Like
they are the ones favored.
Like the member from the southeast,
Yes.
He
Look, there were many other people who burst into tears behind behind the curtain that we didn't see. There were people, even people contested for chairman, or the position of chairman, who left immediately. You know, they had to come out for people to say, okay, to see that they did that step down.
Yeah, that's it.
Once he was through with that, he just left. He left the arena. There are people like that who left the arena straight because they could not. The pain was indescribable.
Yeah.
So, party elective positions, I don't think that newcomers, that is the best place to reward newcomers. If you have a newcomer you know is capable of winning the election for you, you can let them contest. I can say that many of the PDP, APC governors were people who failed, who did not, who were not given a chance at PDP primaries.
Which made them
then they joined the
ship.
party. They joined the APC. And APC constitution at that allowed people to contest because they were bent on feeding from the crisis in the PDP. They allowed them to contest, you know, in spite of how they were just coming into the party. And they won for the party. Atiku Bagudu, for example, or Tom, for example, they had just joined the party in a matter of a few days. And the party allowed them.
And they pulled their weight.
The party made them their standard bearer. And they won the election.
Yeah.
You know, that's different. It's like you hire a player because you know he can win for you. You know, but these are party positions. This is the grassroots, the base, the party positions. You now reward somebody who is just joining the party with one of the with a party position. A lot of people have been there who have struggled. So that one is wrong. But in the true sense of the word, you will see people who have been in APC, now in PDP, people who have been PDP
I'm
now.
back,
So
I'm back again.
yeah, I'm back. Some of them go and come back. You know, so it's not really a new thing, and I don't think there's anything anybody can do to stop
now,
people.
Yeah.
You know, defecting.
GKB, mine is ideology is missing here, and more than anything else, we're looking at consensus politics taking root in my country, your country.
I would like to start because when Gideon was talking, I was just trying to remember how often the progressives have really won. Let me use that word in the context of Nigerian history. And apart from 2015, they never did. Every time the progressives come together, because it seems to me that the reality we face in Nigeria is that conservatives are not better politicians in terms of service delivery.
Okay.
Better politicians in terms of
playing the
ability
game.
to know when to strike. Remember what happened in 1999 when the Southwest, who are meant to be the beneficiaries of the new order, were dilly-dallying on which party to form, and they were running away from one party because there was an Abacha man, it was on to another party, there was an Abacha man. The progressives of the 2015 have not been able to get their act together. And it has shown in the last few years that they've really not learned the lesson that you cannot use ideology.
Are they really progressives?
Yeah, the one who are truly progressives, who truly believe in democracy. Like I said, conservatives have never pretended. They know what they want, they go after it. That's why PDP was such a colossus in 1999, because it was basically defined by the symbol, the umbrella. Basically, the military men saying, we are leaving, we want a national party. But we cannot get progressives to unite on 2015, and they messed up that opportunity by allowing this to happen.
Okay, sorry, we are joined by Femi. Femi is in Abuja. Femi, good evening to you.
Good evening,
Yeah.
everybody in the studio.
Welcome.
How are you doing today?
Yep.
I'm fine.
Baba, today my greetings.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I think we're having this kind of a problem today in our politics, as Riley said, is not the system is not designed to reward those who are loyal to the system, those who can sacrifice. You just see somebody from somewhere and it just becomes somebody without even know where they are coming from. I expected that the so-called CPC in the North should be able to have had a meeting with Mr. President prior to the conventions and say, Mr. President, we have been loyal with you, we have been your follower. This is the only sitting governors that we have who brought on the table for negotiation for APC merger, which is Tampalimakura. He's the only sitting governor with the 3 senators from the Nasarawa state. And suddenly, we just see the magic, the rumor is going to be from PDP reward, and I don't know, but I think it's just a wrong message the political system has been to pass forward. That it doesn't matter where your loyalty lies, all what you need is someone somewhere which is commanding and can decide.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you, Femi. We got to first time. Jide, but my worry here in all of this, not much attention is paid to the elector, the ordinary, everyday man on the street.
This is not their own stuff. This is party elective positions that they are sharing amongst themselves. What is the? I get the point that you are making.
Yeah.
For me, that ordinary person that you are talking about
is what you have from the sidelines.
Should have a role to play in who he emerges as his leader. You understand? This is his party. This is a party that he is loyal to. He should have greater say in decision making as it affects this party. But we are a group of governors, and Mr. President simply decide that, okay, these are the people. Yeah, about 78 party positions up for grabs. Yet, the ordinary APC members, card-carrying members, that they've been boasting that they have more than 40 million of them, they had no say in picking more than 70 people.
Of those
70 elected positions, you didn't give them a chance to vote. In my view, consensus, as I said yesterday, does not mean unanimity. And we saw that play, that people were bursting into tears like little babies there. Yes, the bearded man from Ibadan was also aggrieved, but he must have felt himself too old to burst into tears over there.
The podium, yeah.
But his anger was unmistakable. So a system that leaves such loopholes, that leaves such gaps, that leave a lot of bad blood should not be encouraged, because this is what breeds disunity, and for me, disloyalty to the party cause, because the people will now feel despondent. Look, somebody came 3 months ago, they made him an ESCO member of the party, and I've been there for years. In fact, there are people who had badmouthed the APC, people who had abused the APC, called APC all kinds of names. They are the people who enjoy the party. One minister, somebody today is a minister who cannot win election on current form in his state. His state is not far away from somebody's state here. Now, that same person called APC a drug. Remember that old drug like cafenol and that was what he was calling the APC. Today, there are the people enjoying the party. Those who truly labored, risked their lives.
All right, Jide. But I know that even as we speak, a lot of belly aching is going on. GKB. So
at every level.
And
the system allowed it. Allowed for belly aching. Let everyone be happy. Do something that's transparent.
I know delegates who are crying when they called me on the phone because they were there to vote. They once said, please, all I wanted to do was vote. I know we will lose, but we just want to make a statement that we voted for this person and he lost. But we are not even allowed to do that. It is that
which provokes the question of internal democracy across
the man went all the way from his state to go and vote for a candidate he knew would lose.
All right, we must go on.
Dictatorship.
You know, the worst if you ask me, appears to have happened to the university community in this country following the declaration of a 2-week warning strike by the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union, NASU. Now, the two bodies are aligning with the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, over the unresolved issues with the federal authorities, which has grounded academic and administrative activities in the country's public universities. Now, the two unions are hatching plans to present their own preferred mode of payment, the University Peculiar Personnel Payroll System, UPPS. Well, there's always room to disagree and blame, just as there's always room to take new perspectives. Crippling the tertiary environment, Jide, if you ask me, is dangerous.
Yes, and as I've said repeatedly, strike appears to be the only language that the government understands. So workers continue to use what ought to be the last resort as, in fact, the weapon of first resort. If ASU are on strike and SANU and NASU, that's Non-Academic Staff Union, and the Senior Staff Union, also stay away, then who will be in the universities to work? So what these guys are trying to do, because some of the demands that ASU had been making over the years, if those demands are taken on board by the government, it will also benefit these guys. For example, the issue of earned allowances. ASU had been clamoring for earned allowances to be paid. They too, these non-academic workers had also been angling for it. ASU wants state universities. ASU is against the proliferation of state universities because those state universities are largely underfunded. These guys is also part of their demand. ASU has demanded for the renegotiation of the 2009 agreement. SANU is also demanding for renegotiation of the same 2009 agreement. SANU is concerned about the usurpation of non-academic positions by VCs. In any case, while academic staff heads universities being an academic environment, they don't want a situation in which they will now be treated like lepers, like sweet rap on the floor. They want equal. They want to be treated with dignity. They want to be treated with respect. They don't want VCs to continue to take actions that undermine their interests, that undermine their positions within the university environment. While ASU wants an alternative to IPPIS, and ASU came up with UTAS, the University Transparency Accountability Solution. They too, SANU has also come up with its own alternative to IPPIS, which in their own view sits well or is in line with, it is designed to take cognizance of the peculiar academic environment that universities are. So they are basically singing from the same hymnal with ASU on a number of issues. So it's like you are on strike. Some of the things that you are fighting for, I also think that it makes sense to fight for those things. Therefore, they are also going on strike. You're looking like solidarity, or by way of complementing the efforts of ASU, because if ASU succeeds, they will also benefit. From it. The other day when government said it was going to share this end academic allowance between them and ASU, you know, there were protests. ASU fed up, but we were the ones who went on strike. So this time around, they too have decided that okay, we'll go on strike. And one thing that pains me is they had issued this warning a long time ago. Again, we did not respond. So now if we fail to respond and they then decide to go on a strike, who do we blame? We've got to blame ourselves at the end of the day.
GKB, but there are three things here.
Okay.
UTAS or UTAS, ASU, UPPPS, SANU, and IPPIS, government. So who is afraid of what? If you understand the dynamics.
Everybody's coming up with their own mode of payment that they think is best for their members. And nobody's completely right or wrong. I think what we need to do is what the ASU guys have said. Let's do a system that will make the universities function properly. Because the one the government has made it extremely difficult to even move across universities. Don't forget, most of these lecturers also teach at other universities.
Oh yeah.
Now they cannot get money doing that. They cannot even employ a driver without going back to the Ministry of Education to get whatever they think they want. So the challenge we have here is that, personally, I'm not a big fan of the Trade Union Act of 1977. I think whoever did that has an idea that Nigeria is one.
It was a military administration. So,
well, because right now I think we've outgrown all these nomenclatures.
Yeah.
Everybody should be able to do things accordingly.
You know, the federal government says the UTAS has failed an integrity test.
Yeah, and they are bringing on the UPP, SRT, or whatever is their own.
Yeah.
But you know, lecturers are saying this does not work for us. The administrators, who are also lecturers, also say this is not working for us. So there are people are not bringing on their own ideas.
There's no way the IPPIS can work for the university system, because some of the things that happen in the university system, like
cross-border
teachers going even to universities abroad on sabbatical, or visiting lecturers and all that, they will not be captured by IPPIS. The IPPIS only sees you as a staff of one university and
pay you accordingly.
And no more than that one university. So in the past, lecturers came from abroad to come and teach here.
And we go there.
And they will go back. So how you have a system that will not be able to pay those people, recognize those people and pay them for the time that they are here?
And this system of teachers crisscrossing, you know, is universal.
Yes.
It's all over the world.
Yes.
So why the problem here?
Even my own, like one of my own senior lecturers, the one who supervised my project, he had another lecturer who was supervising him for his doctoral thesis.
Yeah.
And that lecturer came from UI. You know, just like we have younger universities than UI, there were very senior lecturers who come from UI to teach in those younger universities. Bring up those other people. So if you have a system that does not recognize them, if in your house now you feel that you needed a gardener, you can't employ a gardener on your own. He will not be captured by IPPIS. It's really, and come to think of it, some of the taxes that these lecturers now have to live with were not there some years back. So lecturers are earning lower than they were earning 13 years ago. That's why a lot of them are against this. They tell you that what you earn today may not be what you earn tomorrow. So you can't even be sure of what's coming.
Sorry. I kept Gabriel at Otta waiting. Gabe, I'm sorry. Let's thank you for your patience. You're on air now. Welcome.
Very good evening to you, citizens.
Yeah.
Uncle Jide, how you doing?
I'm fine, I greet you.
Uncle GKB, how you doing?
I'm good. Are you?
Well, sir, I quickly want to make a contribution with respect to the just proposed convention of the
APC.
Of APC. I think, like Yorubas used to say, I want to beg the political leadership of our country. So please help us to be setting our records straight so that we can begin to get things right for God's sake. I am quite aware of a whole lot of people who are members of the APC. So I can tell you, find out don't find out. There is no one member of the APC in that national estate. Not one of the APC in that national.
Yeah, Gabriel, thank you very kindly. Thank you. Again, the issues would come up for debate, and the debate would continue. That's our job, is to provoke those debates. All right. So, GKB, in all of this dogfight between the federal government and the teaching
university system,
the students are taking bearing the brunt.
That's the lacuna, really, because people keep complaining. Just this morning, a report came out that said that we spent about $2.6 billion exporting for educating our children abroad. And this captured everywhere, from Togo to Ghana to Canada. And I now wonder, where does that kind of money come from? And it's far more, if you translate it now, to the money needed for us to solve this problem.
Fix those schools.
So that's the irony we face. We keep creating problems when we know the solution is clear-cut. The first thing, of course, is to give them autonomy. Let every school run on its own. Harvard has no government funding at all. None. It's the best university in the world. The one that feeds California, Berkeley, UCLA. Nothing from the government. They are their own, but they supply the best brains to the state of California in the world. Why do we insist on holding on to an anachronistic and dead-end idea? Let them flow. This is an academic environment. Let the parent who's willing to pay $300,000 will be willing to pay $2 million for a good school in Lagos or Ibadan for the child to go to. I still don't understand why we insist on holding on to universities, like we insist on holding on to everything else, holding on to power at the center, holding on to security.
We are not getting power now. It's a lot worse now than.
No, in my area we get 2 hours per day.
A friend of mine who used to boast, when I tell them that the fact that you have
doesn't mean everybody does.
Doesn't mean that there is improvement across board. He's now complaining. I saw his post on Facebook saying that 2 hours in 24 hours. Okay, he's getting home. He's getting to everybody. The time will come when we will all realize that the unscientific means of determining whether there is improvement in electricity makes no sense.
Yeah.
When you cannot ask yourself, how much are we generating? How much is what's the quantum of power? What's the quantum of power that the transmission company is willing to the discourse to distribute?
Yeah.
Then the discourse, when it gets to them, what is the quantum of power that they are distributing? That is the only way you can know whether there is improvement or not.
Sorry,
because in your own little backyard you have electricity.
Bayo is waiting in Abuja. Bayo, good evening. Welcome. Yes, Bayo, are you there?
Bayo.
Yes, I am there.
Okay then, you are on air.
Yes, thank you. So I want to comment on your point of discussion about the way government is treating the lecturers. And I had a comment of Mr. Jide. The point about that, because I'm a lecturer too, the point about that issue is that government is not sincere. The promise they made, they are yet to fulfill it. The issue of minimum wage arrears, till now they have not even paid. And this thing is causing problems because they make a lot of promises. Talking about the issue of IPs too, You know, what you get this month will be different from what you get next month. So the inconsistency in the payment is the reason why the lecturers are saying they should substitute that eyepiece for UTAS. So if they are sincere, the lecturers that are fighting will see that, okay, if you don't have money for this, then we can arrange. But this insincerity is what is causing the problem. And that is why the ASU are on strike. Until they can change their way, then ASU will see their seriousness. Then everything will be normalized.
Thank you, Bayo. Thank you, Bayo. And Bayo, we wish you well. It's mind-bending to imagine that in 2022 we're still talking about things like this. Thank you. This is a hangout, and you better take that in. We'll take some time to celebrate Aaron Babajide Kolade Otitoju, who is a year older today. And without much ado, we share this with you. But let's take this first of all.
Happy birthday, PKO! Long life and prosperity! Happy birthday, PKO!
Today is your birthday, sir. And on behalf of Max FM, I would like to say happy birthday. But I'm not just going to say happy birthday. I'm not going to sing happy birthday. I'm going to give you another version of what we wish you, because you are a good fellow. For he is a jolly good fellow. For he is a jolly good fellow. For he is a jolly good fellow. On behalf of Max FM, hooray, Oga. You do so many things in so many ways that you impact so many people. And I'm always proud when I go out and people say, you work in the same company with Mr. Otitoju, and my shoulder they raise. So, Oga, as you knock a year older, may your days be longer, may your grace be more, may your blessings be undefinable, and may you always be there for all of us as you've always been. Once again, on behalf of Max FM, we say happy birthday, sir. I trust your government died. God bless you, sir.
This is wishing Mr. Babajide Kolade Otitoju a happy birthday, a fun-filled year, a greater height. It's to celebrate the man that always called people knowledge hunters, while himself is the great hunter, the encyclopedia of our environment, a no bad person, a generous to a fault, and the kind of person that is passionate about the younger ones, passionate about the business of journalism, courageous, and also always willing and always ready to help people around him. I wish him the best, especially in good health, and I pray that all his heart desires, God Almighty will grant him, and may he live to reap and eat the good fruit of his labor. Happy birthday, BKO. All the best, sir.
I'm so delighted today to be celebrating with my friend, my brother,
my boo inside joke among the SMTs. You know, happy birthday, BKO. I wish you the very, very best of what you wish yourself. I pray that today will be the beginning of all beginnings for you, and this new chapter of your life will usher you into your blessings that you have always hoped for. I also pray that your secret prayers shall be answered in Jesus' name. Happy birthday, my friend, with a very large heart. Continue to be yourself, continue to be good, and I know that this is just the beginning for you. God bless you. Happy birthday again.
On behalf of the finance team and we want to wish Babajide Kolade Otitoju a very happy birthday. We many happy returns. We pray for great strength, plenty wealth, and an abundance of good health for you.
This is a shout out to our great man BKO, who celebrates his birthday today. Wishing you a happy birthday. We pray that God will continue to bless you, will continue to shield and protect you. Have a fantastic birthday. Happy birthday.
A very happy birthday, G-Day, from all of your friends in the commercial department and from myself especially. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the day with your family, and I have no doubt but that you'll be having some Irish whiskey to celebrate on the day. Please do let me know where you're having that later. Enjoy G-Day. Happy birthday.
Baba G-Day, Otutoju. Happy birthday, my friend. You are wiser than your years, I might add. And I wonder, what do you put that down to? Anyway, I wish you continued long life, health, happiness, and prosperity. Oh, and lots of that.
Yeah, Jide, for me personally, it's not the years in the life that matter, it's the life in those years.
Yes.
I wish you well. I'm going to be 72 on Monday. So, but you know, say for aging, they know they wait for person.
Yes.
Just like GKB will not wait. So come and cut the cake.
Yeah, on behalf of the journalist hangout team.
Yeah.
We thank you.
So you yield that position to me.
I will.
So I'm the anchor for today.
Anchor for the next 5 minutes.
Move it.
But mine is, why now more women congratulate you for this thing?
Gentlemen,
join us.
Join us.
The backroom
so that it doesn't look like so that it doesn't look like you have been marginalized.
So after a count of 10,
BKO.
10 is 10 not too long.
No, 10. BKO.
10.
10 is too much.
Okay, after a count of 5, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. That's it.
Congratulations. Many happy returns of the day.
God bless you.
Thank you, everyone, for the outpouring of love. Thank you. I say thank you to the TVC family, to my friends on Facebook. You've shown me so much love. And to the governor of Lagos State, who called me today to say happy birthday. I was wondering, how did you get to know that it was my birthday? My namesake, Your Excellency, I'm grateful. Thank you, everyone, for making this a wonderful day for me. Thank you.
For he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us, and so say all of us, and so say all of us, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us.
All right, folks. Jide, I hope we don't wait another 50 years before we do it again. So we are watching you grow before our eyes. And this is where we sign off for the evening. Thank you for your time. But don't forget to join us on Sunday for the expanded show from 1:30 to 3:30. And then, of course, the usual 5 p.m. show will continue tomorrow. This is also to let you know we are on YouTube. at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones on behalf of Jide and Gani and the Backroom Boys. Bye-bye now. Bless you.